Hello, UNIV. So today's video is going to be on IEP meetings. There is another video that is posted showing a mock-up of how this IEP meeting is going to look, but for now we're going to be discussing the steps of an IEP meeting. First thing we want to discuss is that we are not going to have food and drinks in during that meeting. I know in the past we've been able to do that in the last couple of years because everything's been virtual and you can stay off camera and eat a little bit. But because we're going to be getting all together, we're going to be doing face-to-face unless a parent requests a virtual setting. We need to not have food and drinks. We need to keep it in a professional setting. It is all going to be in my office. And for those that have not heard, my office is in the back of the main office building. I am in the conference room in the back, and I have a conference table. Even if we're doing a virtual setting because a parent requested it, we are also going to meet in my office because I have the smart board, which has a camera, and I have a microphone and a camera combo, so they will actually be able to see all of us instead of seeing different screens. So in the past, with an IEP meeting, we've all come together and we go through the steps. We do testing, and then we talk about the curriculum, and then we go into behavioral, and then we go into independent, or whatever the order is. And everybody takes a turn to talk. Well, we are starting a new process called facilitated IEPs. I got to do the training last year. I think it is going to be so cool. I think y'all are going to like it. It's more conversational. Everybody gets to jump in. Everybody gets to have a say. And I think it's going to help make the transition for the IEP more smooth. So there are three things you're going to hear us talk about. You're going to hear us talk about the agenda for the group norms, and the outcome. I'm going to have actual posters in my office, and we're going to write on them if they're face-to-face. If it's virtual, I'm going to have a virtual set as well. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to go through the agenda. We're going to go through the group norms first. And the group norms are basically what is expected of the team. So as we're going through, it's going to be things like we're going to respect each other's opinions because you know what? We're all coming from different perspectives of this child. And a mom may see the child one way, and the teacher sees them another way, and the speech pathologist sees them another way, and that's okay. That's okay. We see them in different settings, and children react, and people interact differently in different settings. So we need to make sure we're respecting each other's opinions. We're all going to come and come to a consensus. And what that means is that we're going to all, and we may not all agree, but we can all agree on a basic idea. So, for example, maybe mom wants the child to have 5 days a week of reading instruction, and the ESC teacher and the gen ed teacher are saying the child only needs like 2. The child's not doing that poorly. And you've got 2 very drastic opinions. Maybe we can come to a consensus that we do it 3 times, pull out, and maybe 1 push in, or something to that effect. We can kind of find that middle ground and then see where the child is and go from there. So that's more of the consensus idea. Then we're also going to talk about the agenda. We're going to go through exactly what the agenda looks like, and we'll go through that in the video of the mock-up. But it just basically keeps everybody on task. So if I'm going through the agenda and I'm not to the deltas, which is what the child needs to work on, and somebody goes, well, this kid needs da da da, I can go, oh, where are we in the agenda? Okay, let's stay with the agenda. There's a reason it is the order it is, and we'll stay through this process and we'll get there. So hold that thought for me. So I'm able to kind of direct the conversation. And then the outcomes. The outcomes is what we hope to achieve as a team so that we know that we've talked about every topic that we needed to talk about. We're also going to, as we go through the agenda, there's actually a section that says strengths, and that's when we talk about the strengths of the child. And then deltas, where we talk about what the child needs to work on. During the strengths, everybody talks. This is what I love about this. Everybody talks, okay? So it's not the speech pathologist has her turn to talk about it, and then the ESC teacher has her turn, and then the gen ed, and the rest of the time you're all going, doo, 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 doo. It is a collaborative discussion. So I can go, okay, what are strengths? Bobby can add 2-digit addition numbers. And then somebody may say, Bobby can read at a first grade level, and maybe he's a second grader. Bobby can follow 3-step directions. Cool. Okay, we write all those things. Okay, what are things we need to work out? And so it's a very systematic process. It is a process that is used in businesses. This whole program is established by a company who helped with businesses who had that dealt with a lot of struggles, and it's hard for me to explain, but it basically just helps alleviate major yelling sprees and really tries to keep everybody on the same page and focused and child centered. And I think it's a really cool program. Once we have finished going through the IEP process and we finish the group norms and the agenda and the outcome, and we come up with the goals that we want to work on and everything, I'm going to print out the IEP. I'm going to finalize it and print it out. And then I'm going to have everybody sign the IEP at that time. So teachers, please, please, please be aware that you may be held for an hour, hour and a half. Okay, so plan accordingly. I'm going to be sending out calendar invites for your IEPs. You're going to know in advance when these IEPs are. So plan accordingly when you're doing your lesson plans. I have to send them out. I'm supposed to send them out about 10 days before to the parents. I try to do sooner. I know sometimes it gets changed. The parent changes the date on us, and we have to do it sooner, or there's a situation we have to do it sooner than 10 days. But my goal is to make sure you know at least 10 days in advance that you're having an IEP meeting. Once you've signed your IEP and everything's settled, then you can head back to class. We will have a sub for you to cover your class while you are in the IEP meeting, so make sure you have the sub plans ready for us. And that's kind of the IEP process. It's pretty easy. Just make sure you're bringing documentation on how the child's doing, because whenever you do tell us how the child is doing, strengths and weaknesses, we need your data to back it. This is why I talk about the VIP binder. If you've not seen my video on the ESC VIP binder, go back and watch this, because it's going to explain how to get that documentation together and make it easy for you so you're ready for the meetings. Because we're going to really want that data. We need to make sure we put official data. And I may ask you to help keep time. I may ask you to help type up information in the EdPlan system. I may ask you to write on the boards the information. So you're going to be able to do more than just sit there and be, okay, I put my 2 cents in, I'm done. We want you to be involved. It is a team effort, and I hope that you feel that you are part of this team. Because you are so intricate, and we love you guys, and know that you work and do your best work with the kids. And I am proud to be part of the UNIV family. So whenever I see you for your IEP meetings, I look forward to interacting with you and chit-chatting with you and getting to know your students better. And hopefully you'll be able to watch the video on the mock-up just to see how it looks. All right? All right, go Lions. Bye, guys.